Guys, I have a confession. I spend too much money on whiskey. I know you're all very surprised, but I have a new idea for a video series. At the end of every month, I'm going to tally all the bottles that I bought that month and then add up all the price and get very sad about it. So let's start with March. Before we do Whiskey 1, the funny part about March was I started off saying I'm not going to buy a single bottle of whiskey. Well, I bought 5. And it all started when somebody told me they found a Hazelburn 15 Oloroso at their shop. My buddy Eric, thanks buddy, grabbed this for me. It was $225, so like $248 with tax. Thanks Virginia. But this is a unicorn bottle for me. I don't see Hazelburns at all anymore, and let alone for that's actually a reasonable price for Oloroso 15 Hazelburn here. Absolutely one of my favorite Campbelltowns ever. It is a graham crackery, brown sugar, butterscotch, toffee, caramel, salty cookie dream. Honestly, it is, look at this. It looks like coffee. It looks like syrup. It's very thick. It's amazing. It's 55% alcohol, and it is just glorious. Seriously. You're not going to find these that often, at least I don't in my parts. So that all went downhill for after this bottle because I said, you know what? I already bought a bottle. Let's buy 4 more. But Hazelburn 15 was a great start. So the other 4. Number 2, we got Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. Now, it is very stupid because it is an allocated bottle. I did not know it was allocated. I was like, oh, I don't see them that often. That's supposed to be bad luck for me. No, so I found a new store, decided to go there, saw they had a toasted barrel. I said, oh, how much was that? They're like $65. I'm like, wow, that's actually a pretty good price. Got the receipt. The receipt says allocated. I'm like, what, really? But toasted barrel for Elijah Craig, I hear a lot of good things about, so I had to go try it. It's 94 proof, so it's not super high. I haven't cracked it yet, as you can see. I'm waiting on that, but the fact this is allocated is kind of hilarious. But I think now, after I have bought it, they're talking about not made and allocated anymore. So that's good for everybody else going forward. But I'm curious about this bottle. But again, I had to buy this. One of those things I just never see. So, and the fact that it was $65, I was like, yes. So be careful with this bottle though. They might try and charge you upwards of $100 for this. Don't pay that. I would pay the highest, maybe 70 for this, but it's not worth any more than that. Then at the same store, we got the third one. So my third whiskey I bought at the same store as the Toasted Elijah Craig, I found another single barrel proof rye from Jack Daniel's. You know, from my review up here, my last one, I loved it. This one is 67.1% alcohol, and my goodness, I have cracked it, had a little bit of a dram here. It is just good. This is a phenomenal whiskey, and it is my favorite rye I've had currently ever, and definitely my current favorite Jack Daniel's I've ever had. So I was not going to let this slide, and it's actually $15 cheaper than the one I had that's up on my shelf over here. That one up there was $85. This one was $70. So I was like, oh, you know what? Already broke the no whiskey in March rules. Let's just buy this one as well. So that's number 3. Number 4, it's another trend here, something that I don't see that often. So I found an Old Carter rye. This one's barrel proof. This is batch 12. Now this one is 58% alcohol. Old Carter is allocated and it's kind of expensive, but it doesn't hit that secondary market price when I see them. And this is the first one I've seen in the wild. So for me, it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this was here. So I grabbed it. It was $238. And I hear that's a reasonable price. This is my first time buying one, so I'm getting used to the Old Carter market. Apparently the American whiskey and the bourbons are much more expensive. Like I actually walked by one this past weekend, a bourbon, $400. But apparently that's also good. That sounds like a dumb secondary price, but Old Carter isn't just hype. They are very good. Now I'm gonna say, with this specific rye, I wasn't blown away. I've had about 2 pours of this, and it's a small batch, but I do enjoy it. But I think the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof is still better. This one I think is a lot more crackery, a little lighter, a little more poppy on those rye pops than they are on the Jack Daniel's. I get a lot more fruit and like dark sweetness with this one. It's still a good whiskey, but this being $240 and this being $70, that's a stark difference. But anyway, I did grab this one. We have one more to show you. And last but not least, we have a Larceny Barrel Proof. Now, this is my first Larceny ever. I have not cracked it yet. I just bought it on Sunday because I have a weak will, but it was 62.2% alcohol. Now, it's not the one people go crazy over. It's not batch A124, I think is what it is. This one's batch B, but it was the only one on the shelf, and I love barrel proof. I am a sucker for barrel proof bourbons, and I saw this. It was $73. I said, fine, let's go ahead and buy this. So those are the 5 that I bought. I am curious to grab this one, open this up pretty soon. So I'm going to be doing that probably in the next week or so. But let's tally up the prices here. God, I think that's around $675 before tax. So I'm gonna keep this video series going every month. I should have started in January, but I didn't have the idea until like last night. So I'm gonna do this for a year, going from March 2024 to March 2025. And I'm gonna have this rolling total keep going. So right now, it looks like the total is like $675. That's a lot. So I hope this opens up my eyes to how much I'm spending, and maybe opens up your eyes to maybe if I get a good deal, and I'll talk about those things. But nobody show this video to my wife. She's not allowed to know how much I spent here because it's a little embarrassing. But thank you guys for watching. Like this video. If you have liked, not subscribed yet, consider doing so, and I'll see you guys next time.